also feel like you mean something to this team. So I wanted to start to call off with that, guys. I hope you had a lot of fun because, again, it does matter, every single one of you guys, where you're from, who you are, what you contribute to this team, guys. You're on this call for a reason. You know, someone told you to get on this call, or you saw it in the chat. You know, this is going to be a business building call, guys. So you took the time out of your Tuesday night to be on this call. So I wanted to make sure that, again, you guys felt important. I wanted you guys to feel, again, like you guys have a voice, because you do. You are a very, very, very pivotal part of this organization. So what we're going to talk about tonight, guys, I'm going to kind of just lay it out for you. Please, 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 please take notes. I'm really going to take you from literally starting from zero to millionaire. I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to go make $1 million in this business. I'm going to break it down for you. This is going to be a little bit longer of a call, but please just take notes. Please, for the next 45 minutes to an hour, just cut out all distractions. One thing that can really help you, hold yourself accountable, guys, is turn your camera on. Like, let me see you. Let me see that you're actually paying attention. Because that right there is one way for you to be like, okay, dang, I really do got to listen. Like, now that my camera's on and he can see whether I'm taking notes or if I'm listening or if I'm on my phone, if I'm doing other things, he can see that. So that's one thing that for me, guys, whenever I hopped on a call that, I was listening to a mentor, or if I was going to learn something, I always had my camera on, because that would force me to pay attention. See, it's easy to have the camera off and just have this playing in the background, right? Like, maybe you're doing your laundry, or you're doing your dishes, or you got a TV show on, or you're playing video games, or you're doing something, right? And it's easy just to have this on and have your name on here, and you feel like you're doing something, and you feel like, that's doing your part to be able to be successful. But I can tell Chris right now, he's all in. He's suited, he's booted, he's got his camera on, he's ready to listen. We got Ant, we got Chant. I know he's got his notebook. He is lasered in right now. We got Mary down in Canada. She's ready. We got Jay. We got Kabir. We got everybody with their camera on. I know that they are going to take this thing serious. Everything that I'm going to share with them today, guys, I know that they're going to receive it, because I know that they're paying attention. See, guys, that's the first step. That's the first step. If you don't even take that first step to really get your notebooks ready, be attentive, be ready to receive this information, well, you can't blame anything other than yourself then, because here's going to be the truth of reality. I'm going to give you the information, but only 10% of you guys are going to actually apply it. And it's going to be very difficult for you to apply it if you don't receive it. See, some of you guys are going to hear what I say today, but until you actually heard what I said, it's not going to click. See, those are two different things. See, you can hear what I'm going to talk about. You guys can listen to what I'm going to talk about. But until you actually heard what I said, that's the difference. That's what's actually going to take you from where you are now to millionaire down the road. That's what's going to take you from where you are right this second, in your home, wherever you are, in your car, at your job, wherever you are. It's going to take you from that position, guys, and bring you to the millionaire, your lifestyle that you truly, truly dream of. See, you're going to listen today and you're going to hear everything I'm going to talk about. But the ones that have their camera on, the ones that are taking notes, something's going to be heard today. Someone's going to click for those people. And that's when they're going to have their breakthrough. So some of the things we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about the journey. We're going to talk about what it truly looks like to go through this thing, to really actually go make it happen in this business. And then I'm going to talk about how you can make an extra $2,000 a month in this business. See, when I got started at 22 years old, my first goal was $2,000 a month. If I could make $2,000 a month, that would be, really for me at 22 years old, freedom. Now it's a lot different. Obviously, I'm 33 years old. I have a full family. I got a daughter, I got a wife. $2,000 is really not going to cut it to live full time. But man, that could do some things for some people. If that could do something for you guys, I want you to say I in the chat, or just say it out loud. Unmute your mic and say I. If that can do something for you, say I. I want you to feel it. $2,000 for a lot of you guys could do something. It could change maybe your lifestyle. It could change, your your fears, the things that maybe are in the background right now that you think about every single day. Like, oh man, am I going to have enough money to pay my mortgage? Oh man, am I going to be able to pay off my student loans? Oh man, am I going to be able to maybe take my family on a vacation this year? See, the $2,000, guys, that I can help you make could actually change a lot of your guys' lives. And then I'm going to show you guys the fastest route. I'm going to show you the fastest route from where you are now to millionaire. See, it took me 12 years. Well, it actually took me 9 years, guys, to really hit my first 7 figures. 9 years to hit my first 7 figures. And then the last 3 years, I've been able to make multiple 7 figures a year for the last 3 years. But it took me 9. But I'm going to show you how you can cut that learning curve. I'm going to take those 9 years and I'm going to break it all the way down so you can do it in the next 3. If you're down to do that in the next 3, say 3. Say 3 right now. If you guys are ready to take what I did in 9,
3.
Let's go.
3.
Big 3. Big 3.
There we go. See, if you say it, if you speak it, it's going to happen. That's the difference.
3.
There you go. If you say it, if you speak it, it's going to happen for you. So there's 2 things first. I'm going to start this call up like this, guys. There's 2 things that you need to know. There's 2 things right now that you need to know in order to get from where you are to where you want to be, okay? Right now, you just have to know exactly where you are. Where are you? Where are you mentally? Where are you financially? Where are you with your family, your relationships, your job? You have to think about it. Might not be the best thing that you feel right now. You might be hurt. You might be broken down. You might be at a place in your life where you're scared. And that's okay, guys. I want you to feel that right now, okay? I want you to take the next 30 seconds to really feel that. Like, how does it feel right now to be where you are? Does it suck? Are you sad? Maybe some of you guys are happy. Maybe you guys are good. Maybe you guys, are okay with where you're at. But I'm willing to bet that most of you are not. Most of you are not where you really, truly want to be. So I need you to visualize that, guys, right now. Really, when's the last time you sat back and you really thought about the present? Man, I go through life so fast. And I remember when I first got started in this industry, guys, man, life was just flying by. And there's so many times where we just never just slow down and really think about where we are. Like, what are the daily decisions that you're making every single day? I want you to visualize that. When you wake up, what's the first thing you do? After you wake up and as you get thrown through your day, what do you visualize yourself doing every single day? Do you go to a job? Do you wake up? Do you go to your job? How does that make you feel? When you get to your job and you're there for 8 hours of the day and you finally get to go home, how does that make you feel? I want you to feel that right now, guys. I really want you to really focus in on where you are right now and how that makes you feel. Right now, write it in the chat, guys. How does that make you feel right now? Where you are right now, how does that make you feel? Real quick. Uncomfortable, stressed. I hate it.
Stressed out.
Grateful, but dissatisfied. I love it. Thank you for being honest, guys. Thank you so much. That's the first part of this, guys. You really have to understand where you are. Forced to do it, but I want to be free. Disappointed. Guys, those are all natural feelings. We don't talk about our feelings, guys. See, in America, really actually in the world, we are so suppressed. When someone talks about their feelings, most people say you're complaining. They tell you that, you should just be happy. You should just be okay. You should just be, you should just feel okay with where you're at. But guys, you have to understand, it's okay to have emotions. It's okay to hate where you're at right now. It's okay to be stressed. It's okay to be uncomfortable. Back against the wall. Nick's back is against the wall right now, but he's going to keep fighting. It's okay, guys. So the first thing you need to know is where you are. But now what I want you to do is I want you to visualize where you want to be. I want you to visualize, where is it that you truly want in life? I'm not talking about just the cars. I'm not just talking about the houses, guys. I want you to visualize right now what your life feels like if you get to wake up when you want to wake up, when you get to spend time with your family for as long as you want to spend time with your family. What's it like to be able to take your family on a vacation? What's it like to be able to fire your boss, to be able to walk in on Monday morning and say, you know what? I got something in my eye. And your boss says, what's going on? What do you mean? What's in your eye? And you can say right to his face, man, I just don't see myself working for you anymore. How's that going to make you actually feel? I want you guys to really visualize right now. I really want you guys to visualize with me real quick before we start this call. What's your dream life? What do you get to do every single day? Maybe some of you guys have a higher purpose. Maybe you guys want to go build schools in Africa. Maybe some of you guys want to do volunteer work. Maybe you guys want to spend more time at the church. Maybe you guys want to be able to speak at large events and inspire people all over the world. See, some people might hop on here and they say, okay, what's your dream car? What's your dream house? And that's all good. A lot of people have those goals. But I want you guys, before we kick off this call, I really want you to start to think about why. Why are you even doing this? If you get to $2,000 a month coming in, if you get to the lifestyle, the freedom type of income, what does that life look like? See, for me, my life was always my dream. At first, yes, it was to get the cars. Yes, it was to get the house. Yes, it was to be able to take vacations, fly private, have every single watch and be able to do all those things, right? That was at the very beginning. But what I realized is it was more of I wanted to be able to be a father. See, nothing against my parents, but like most people, they don't get to be parents. They just really get to be babysitters. They wake up, they go to work, they come home, they're tired, they don't have the energy to play with their kids, and they kind of just like put them in front of the TV, feed them dinner, put them to bed. And it's like you go to bed at night and you think to yourself like, man, I just wish I would have had just a little bit more energy to maybe play just a little bit longer with my daughter, maybe get to play a little bit longer with my son. Man, he wanted me to go outside and play with them, but I didn't have enough energy to do it. So I didn't get to do it. So I want you to think about, why are you doing this? Why do you, so one thing you're going to understand about this business, guys, is it's going to take some sacrifices. It's going to take you going through some tough times. But while you're going through this, you're going to need to understand that it's worth it. And that the end is going to be your dream life. It's going to give you the ability to really do whatever it is that you truly want to do. If you want to take your mom and dad, maybe your grandma and grandpa, maybe your daughter, your son, maybe your cousins, and you want to go take a week-long vacation all together as a family, maybe do you show up at July 4th and you think, man, it would be so cool to be able to do more stuff like this. Maybe you could take them on a trip. Maybe you could do something for them and you want to know how that feels. Maybe you're on this call right now and your dream life is to be able to, like I said, go build schools and feel that fulfillment of what it's like to see those kids be able to have running water and food and a house and a school to be able to go learn things. I want you guys to visualize right now, before I get into this training, what is your dream life and why do you want it? Why are you doing this business? See, for me, I just wanted freedom. I wanted freedom. When I said, when I had a family, I want to be able to show up to every single one of my daughter's recitals. I used to work in car sales, guys. It was long days. I had to work from basically 7 a.m. all the way sometimes to 7, 8, 9 p.m. If people came in at the end of the night, I'd be there till, maybe 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. I had to work every single Saturday. I had Sundays off, maybe, and then I had maybe one day in the middle of the week off. And I remember guys being so pissed off every single day, showing up and being like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. This is not fulfilling. And I thought to myself, man, if I have a family, if I have children, if I keep doing this for longer, my children are going to grow up and they're going to have weekend tournaments. They're going to have recitals. They're going to have things that they're going to be doing. And I'm not going to be able to go because I'm going to be at work. I'm going to be making other people money instead of living my life of my dreams. So my why, guys, when I got this business, when I got this opportunity, was I wanted freedom. I wanted to be able to make decisions whether I wanted to do it or not. I wanted to get the money situation figured out first, so then I didn't ever have to check my bank account to decide whether I wanted to do something or not. When my daughter's birthday comes around, I didn't want to think like, oh man, maybe I should cut back on some things just so I can buy her some presents. or take her to somewhere instead of just having her read things in a book. That's my why. That's why I do this day in, day out. And I work hard every single day in this business. I'm on this call right now because now it's for the impact. So before I get into the how-tos, we have to first work on you. And we have to make you realize first why you're actually doing this and why you truly are all in, guys, because this business, this vehicle will give you the dream life. This will give you everything you ever dreamed of. If you're ready for your dream life, guys, say I. If you are ready for your dream life, say I.
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 Because this business, this industry, guys, will give you your dream life. And I can say that, guys. I can stand here today and say that because it's done it for me. I've went out and done it. I've went out and done the journey. I've went out there and laid the groundwork. It's happened for me. And if it can happen for me, it can happen for you. We are God's highest form of creation, guys. There's no difference between me and you. We have our thoughts. We have our feelings. We have our intuitions. We have our desires. We have everything, guys, it takes to be successful. The problem is ourselves. We hold ourselves back. We don't first know, again, you have to know these two things. You have to first know where you are, and you just have to know where you want to be. And this is the vehicle to help you get to where you want to be. So, guys, I want to first kind of talk about, my story. I want to talk about how this all got started. And I'm going to give you basically the 10 commandments to follow. I'm going to give you the 10 commandments, guys. I want you to write every single one of these commandments down, and I want you to follow them just like you follow the 10 commandments in the Bible. And if you follow these, guys, this is going to speed track your way from where you are now to helping you become a millionaire. And I'm going to show you how you can really start to make $2,000 a month in this business. So when I got started, it was 2012, May of 2012. So I've almost been doing this for 12, almost 13 years. And when I got started in this business, guys, I was just a broke college student. I was working full time. I was going to school full time. And, I was lusting for more. I wanted to do more. I never was the type of person that wanted to sit and go to school. I never really fit in, guys. I got C's and D's in school, and my teachers would always, be like, do you just not like school? I know I see you, staring off. I see you looking at other things. I see that you don't really apply yourself. And my thought process was always it's not that I don't care. It's just that this is not interesting. This is not what I want. This is not what I want to do. And so when I finally saw this opportunity, guys, when I saw the idea of being able to make residual income, to be able to inspire and lead and motivate people, I loved it. I fell in love and I went all in. So as I'm sharing my story, guys, I'm going to give you these 10 commandments because it really goes with my business and how I was able to do it. So I'm going to relate to you guys the story, but I'm also going to give you the 10 commandments. So the number one commandment that I made when I started this business was the decision. So number one is the decision. Now understand that a decision, guys, is not just today. A decision is made multiple times every single day. See, when you wake up in the morning, you have to decide. You have to decide that you're going to work towards your business. You have to decide that you're going to continue to keep going. You have to decide not to give up. You have to decide that you're going to listen to the audios, that you're going to listen to these calls, that you're going to go out there and try to prospect people, and that you're going to try to put people into the business. See, the decision, guys, is made not just once. And once you make the decision, guys, your life doesn't get easier. Your life actually gets harder. Because as soon as you actually make the decision, that's when the test starts. And understand that in order to have a testimony, in order to lead and inspire, motivate other people, you have to first go through tests. Because every single test that you go through, you're going to use and you're going to be able to relate to people in your business. So the decision.
Put this up on the top of the closet. I'm just going to put this extra blanket.
So the first, if you unmute, remember to mute after you're done. So the first commandment, guys, is that decision. So I made a decision, guys. When I got started in this business, I said, this is it. This is it. There's no other option. I'm going all in, guys. I'm burning the ships. See, there was no going back. When I got started in this industry, guys, There was no like, oh man, maybe this is my plan B. Maybe I'm going to continue to go to school. I'm going to continue to work. I'm going to continue to maybe see if this thing works. You know, if I can make some extra money, then maybe I'll put some more time into it. No, there was no going back. Like I said, you know what? I'm done with school. I'm done with working. I'm done with everything. This is it. Everything that I need to learn quick because I need to make money. And that's what I did. I dove in, guys. I read the books. I listened to the audios. I got on these calls and I did every single thing that a mentor told me to do. See, there's two people. There's people that listen. Again, there's people that listen to what I'm saying and they'll do what I do. But when I say something that you shouldn't do, they don't listen. And they just don't, they do the things that they think that will work this business. But then there's the other person that's teachable and coachable. Those people are the ones that actually have success. And when I tell you to do something, do it. And when I tell you not to do something, don't do it. See, there's a secret to this business. And really, guys, it all comes down to every single mentor that you meet, every single person that's went out there and actually done this, they'll kind of tell you the same things. You know, and a lot of people that I go through this information, a lot of times they'll say, well, Matt, I don't understand. Like, I've heard this information before. Because guess what? That's the information. That's what it truly takes, guys. The information doesn't change because we're all doing the same thing. The people that have actually went out there and done it and had success, a lot of us do the same stuff. So when I got in here, guys, I made that decision. And that was my first commandment, was the decision. I think that's the most important part of this business is number one. Number two is the growing pains. See, once you make that decision, now you're going to start having some growing pains because guess what? The first time you go to try to explain what you're doing, guess how it's going to come out? It's going to come out like this. Oh man, I'm so excited. I saw this opportunity. It's like this business. It's it's crazy. Like you can make so much money and like I don't know. It's like this. It's this thing my friend showed me, and it's just it's crazy, man. You got to check it out. And you're terrible. You're terrible at explaining it. You're terrible at understanding it. You're terrible at even trying to just tell anybody about it, right? But that's just right away, guys. That's a part of the growing pains. See, the 10 commandments, guys, is every single day you should try to get uncomfortable. You should try to really work towards getting those growing pains. So whatever that is, you have to do it. See, for me, these trainings used to be a growing pain for me. Like I would get on a training and I'd be like, what am I going to train about? What am I going to talk about? I would fumble through it. I wouldn't talk the right talk. I wouldn't always get the right information out. And I still, to this day, guys, I'm still growing. I'm still reading. I'm still trying to get new information. I'm still a student to other people that do speeches and that do teachings and that do talks. So I'm still growing. But just understand, guys, that's just a part of the process. See, the growing pains are just a part of it. It's not going to be one day you're just amazing. The first day you start, you're amazing at presenting. You're amazing at getting people in the business. You're amazing at motivating people. That it just doesn't happen that way, guys. You have to go through the growing pains. The growing pains are what's going to create scar tissue. And the scar tissue are going to be the tests that you go through. And those tests are going to become testimonials that you're going to be able to inspire and lead other people. Those are all a part of it. Now, number 3, the third commandment is detaching from other people's opinions. Detaching yourself from other people's opinions. See, guys, man, when I got started, I went and told everybody. I was so excited. I was playing basketball, guys. I was on the basketball team. When I got started, guys, I was like, man, every single person on the basketball team is gonna join. I don't know if you guys if any of you guys ever played like, anything in college, like basketball, you're like almost like if you start or if you play on the team, you're kind of like a celebrity in the school because in a way, like everybody knows who you are. You get invited to all the parties. Everyone kind of knows your name. So my mindset, guys, going into this, when I joined this business, I was like, oh, cool, man, I'm going to get everybody. Everybody knows who I am. Everybody wants to, be a part of the basketball team. They invite us to all the parties. Everyone's going to do this thing, right? Well, I ended up getting started and I started telling people, I was like, yo, this business is crazy. We're going to be able to travel. We're going to be able to make money. We're not going to have to go to, we're not going to have to go to school anymore. Like it's going to be crazy what we're going to be able to do. And a lot of people started telling me behind my back, that people were talking behind my back saying that I was trying to scam people, that I was a part of some type of Ponzi scheme, that, the thing that I got started, those things don't work. And the person at the top makes all the money. And these things started coming back to me. People were texting me, my friends were texting me being like, yo, I just want to let you know, man, I talked to Bob, and Bob was like, man, that's a Ponzi scheme that you're a part of. And I'm getting these text messages and I'm just like, what? And that I was in a vulnerable stage, guys. See, when you really go all in this business and you make that decision and you're going out there and you're trying to invite and you're trying to share this with people, guess what? The people closest to you are going to sit there and try to bring you back to earth. They're going to try to bring you back from the dreamland. They're going to try to take this away from you. And the thing that I have to tell everybody is you have to completely detach yourself from any opinion of other people, because here's the reality. If you take someone's opinion, you also have to accept their lifestyle. If you take someone's opinion, you must also accept their lifestyle. It's the truth, guys. And you have to really realize the people around you, do they have the lifestyle that you dream of? Does broke Bob have time freedom? Does he have money freedom? Does he travel when he wants to travel? Does he spend time with his family? And majority of the people that are around you in your circle, guys, no, they do not live the life that you dream of. I might not live the life that you dream of. Most of you guys, maybe you have a different type of dream, but I promise you my life is probably better than the majority of almost every single person you know within your small network. So the people's opinions that you listen to, you have to understand that if you accept their opinion, you must also accept their lifestyle. And that was the hardest thing that I had to learn, guys. That was probably my number one growing pain, because I thought when I came into this business, everything was going to go cool. Everything was going to work. Like I was like, everyone's going to join. I'm a part of the basketball team. Everybody knows who I am. I'm going to go around. This just makes sense. This is going to be where people can make money. But then I started to realize, guys, that the majority of people have broke mindsets. The majority of people are okay with being average. The majority of people would rather have security than freedom. They would rather work a job and work every single week, every single day, and give up their life to just be able to live for the weekend. I started to realize that. And I started to realize that that's why a lot of those people got together and they started saying the same things. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat this, guys. Nobody joined me. For the first year, I got some people to join, but the people that joined, the majority of them quit within 72 hours. I didn't have a lot of people. I didn't have a lot of success. I'm not the success story where I came out the gates rocking. That's not me. I had a lot of growing I had to do, guys. I'm from a town where there's more cows than people. I graduated with 53 people in my class. So I didn't have a massive network. I don't have a business background. I'm not amazing at sales. But those first 3 commandments got me going in this thing. I made the decision. I understood that this was going to be a part of the growing pains. And then I just emotionally detached myself from those opinions. And for the first year, I just kept going. And that started to become my testimony. When I started talking to people, I said, I never gave up. I saw this vision. I saw people on stage that I could relate to, that were living the life of my dreams. And I said, if they can do it, I can do it. And I started telling people with passion that this was it. And when I didn't give up, guess what happened? People started coming. People started joining because they saw me take a vacation. They saw me have a win. Here's what you guys need to understand. When you win, people come. You can't lose here. Understand, the only way you lose in this business is if you quit. The only way you lose is if you give up. The only way you lose is when people start to see that you aren't posting on social media anymore. The only way you lose is when you stop talking about this business, when you stop sharing this business. That's when you lose. See, the more you win here, the more you stay consistent. See, the first couple months, the first couple, maybe 6 months to a year, you might not have a lot of results, but guess what? You're planting the seeds. You're putting the seeds in the earth. Every person that you're showing, every single time you're showing this business, understand that you're planting a seed. And you're watering that seed as you're still being consistent. Every time, every day you wake up and you are consistently doing this business, every time you're listening to an audio, every time you're listening to one of these calls, every single time you're reading a book, every single time you continue to show people and you put things on social media, guess what you're doing? You're watering those seeds of every single person that you showed. And guess what happened to my business, guys? I stayed consistent and people started to come. And the people that started to come, guess what they told me? They said, man, I saw you do it. And I was like, man, if you could do it, I'm going to do it. And yeah, man, bro, Bob still thinks this thing doesn't work, but whatever, man. I see you taking vacation now. I see that you're going to these events. Guys, understand, I didn't make any money my first year, but people thought I was winning because guess what? I was around people that were winning. I was at the events. I was sharing social medias of the people that were my uplines, that were my leaders, that they were living the lifestyle. I got to go on some of the trips that they went on. Yeah, it cost me money, but guess what? I was there. And wait till the end of this call, because I got a way that every single one of you guys are going to be able to show every single person that you show over the next 90 days that you made it. And if you plant enough seeds in the next 90 days, I promise you will be a 6- and 7-figure earner in our business and I Transform. I just want to put that out there right now. At the end of this call, I got something special for every single one of you guys that is really, if you make that decision, again, if you make that decision and you go through the growing pains for the next 90 days, and you detach all opinions of all people and you just go all in, guys, I promise you in the next 90 days, you're gonna have a breakthrough. So let's get into number 4, guys. You have to start to compile a list. So when I came into this business, my mentor said this. He said, you need to make a list. Number 4, the number 4 commandment in this business, guys, is you have to have a list of people that are in your network, your Facebook friends, your Instagram, people you know, people within your network. If you want to make a lot of money in this business, you need 200 names, first name, last name, phone number. You don't really have to know every single one of these people. They could be people that maybe you went to school with. Maybe they're people that you work with. Maybe they're people that you met at the gym. Those people count, guys. See, I want you to put at the top of your list, the top of the piece of paper, I want you to put SW. Again, this is a part of the detaching from the opinions of others, guys. I want you to put SW. And what SW stands for is some will, some won't, so what? Some will, some won't, so what? I need you to go through your phone. I need you to go through your Facebook, your Instagram, your network, and you need to make a list of 200 names, guys, on a piece of paper. Now, what I want you to do with that list of names is I want you to send that to your upline, your upline 1K. Whoever is in your upline 1K and above, I want you to send that list to them. I want you to take a screenshot. I want you to take a picture and I want you to send it to them. That is a picture that is announcing that you've made the decision, that you got these 10 commandments and you're all in. You're all in with us. You were on the call, you were listening, and I'm in. If you give us a list of 200, the next 6 commandments, guys, we're going to rock by you side by side. I know I'm all in. I don't know everybody else on this leader. I know some people on this call and they're all in and they'll work with you, but just know this, I'm all in. I will help you show those 200 people, but I need to see the list. First name, last name, phone number, SW at the top. Some will, some won't. So what? So number 5 is invite your network to check this out. That's number 5. Invite your network to check this out. Now, how do you invite? To be honest, guys, this is how you should invite. Do you want to make more money? Start messaging every single person. Do you want to make more money than what you're making right now? I bet some people that's going to pique their interest. Out of 200 people, I guarantee you will at least show 50. Out of 200 people that you text and say, do you want to make more money than what you're making right now? Some of them might be like, yo, that's random as hell. What are you talking about? Some of them might be like, yo, that was so left field. I have no clue what you're talking about. Yeah, but sure. Yes, I would love to make more money. In today's day and age, guys, everybody needs to make more money. I need to make more money. Ant needs to make more money. Jeffrey needs to make more money. Marianne needs to make more money. I promise you guys, every single person on this earth, every single person on this planet wants to make more money than what they're making. So when you ask them this question, when you invite them, guys, and you say, do you want to make more money than what you're making right now? And they say anything other than yes, be like, okay, so let's just say I ask Ant, I say, hey, Do you want to make more money than what you're making right now? He goes, no, I'm good. I'm like, really? What do you do? Like genuinely be like, yo, okay, so what do you do? And goes, I'm an event promoter. I'm like, damn, that dude, that gives you a life of your dreams. What is you don't have to tell me, but like, I'm just kind of curious because, you know, I thought I figured it out. Like I thought that I found something that was going to change my life. But if I'm asking if you need to make more money and you say, no, you're good. How much do you make as an event promoter? Like, do you get to like kind of pick your hours? Do you get to kind of travel whenever you want? Like, do you get to spend time with your family? Do you get to just kind of pick your own schedule? Like, what's it like being an event promoter then? And he'll tell you and be like, is there anything you don't like about it? Get them thinking about what they don't like about what they do. See, when I ask Ant, like, yo, you know, what don't you like about it? He's going to say, well, man, it's long hours. Man, I got to work till like 2, 3 in the morning. And if I don't pack out an event, like I don't make the money. And I'll be like, well, what if I could show you a way where you could, you know, maybe supplement that income and not have to work as much? And if you invite in that way, guys, see, get people to tell you what their pains are. Get people to tell you what they don't like. Because what they don't like is what we're going to sell them on. We have the vehicle, guys. We have it. We have everything that anybody would ever need. We have opportunity. We have the skill. We have the products. We have the systems. We have the events. See, we can take someone that maybe does make really, really good money. Maybe they do have a really good lifestyle, but guess what they're probably lacking? Growth. They're lacking the ability to take their life kind of to that next level. Guess what our events will do? Our events will change their life. They will bring out stuff inside of them that they never even knew that they needed. I don't know if any of you guys, some of you guys were at the View from the Edge, but I can promise you every single person that was at the View is now a different person. Our events can help really anybody, guys. So invite your network to check it out. Do you want to make more money than what you're making right now? Again, lead with your why as well. So when you are actually talking to your people, you can lead with why you're doing this business. Example, yo, what's going on, Ant-Man? You know, I found something that's going to allow me to be able to spend more time with my family. You know, I've been looking for quite a while. You know, I really haven't really enjoyed my job recently. You know, I've been really kind of working paycheck to paycheck. But man, I found something that's going to allow me to be able to walk away, I think, over the next 6 months to a year. You got to check it out, man. See, I invited him with my why. I invited him with, you know, why I'm really doing this business. Guess what he's going to say? Man, I feel the same way, man. Can I check it out too? Yeah, sure. Cool. I'll show you. So number 5, guys, invite your network to check it out. Super simple. Start with your why, but also you can also just do you want to make more money than what you're making right now? If they ever tell you, no, they don't want to make more money, you drill them and be like, okay, I get it. What do you do? Because man, I've been looking. I thought I found it, but man, if you're good, I need to see what you're doing too. Number 6, 3 ways. 3 ways where you edify your upline. Anybody that's been in the business longer than you. So when you go out there and you're showing this business, guys, and you start to show your network, there's going to be a couple different ways that you can expose them to this business. One, you can send them, you know, a landing page. You can send them a product presentation. You can send them to some of the overviews that we have. I know John's going to do an overview tomorrow. I know Ant is going to do an overview on Thursday with Z, where they're going to do trading and they're going to do all that kind of stuff. So there's several different opportunities to share this with your network and with people. If you're in the chats, if you're in the WhatsApps, the Telegrams, if you're in that kind of stuff, guys, we post in that every single day. So when you share the information, guys, the next step is to 3-way somebody in to help you close your prospect. Just someone that's been in the business longer than you. They don't have to be a rank. They don't have to be anything special. But what you're going to do is you're going to edify them. So like, let's just say Marianne, you know, let's say I just joined the business and Marianne's been in for maybe like 2 weeks, maybe a month, right? She's not a rank yet, but you know, she's been in the business. She's been on every single call. I see her in the chats. She's always got great energy. And let's say I'm showing Jeff, right? I just got done showing Jeff. Maybe he hopped on the overview, and I'm FaceTiming him now. But I also got Marianne that's going to FaceTime with me. Well, I got Jeff on FaceTime, and I got Marianne on FaceTime, and this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to edify Marianne to Jeff. So first off, I'm going to say to Jeff, before anything, I'm going to say, Jeff, that was awesome, wasn't it? Jeff, that was awesome, wasn't it? I'm going to lead with that. And then I'm going to say, all right, Jeff, what'd you like better? Did you like the trading side, or did you like, depending on what overview they went on, but let's just say it was one of the trading ones. Did you like the trading better, or did you like the business better, or did you like both? I hope you guys are writing this down, because these are some of the things that you really need to say. So I'm talking to Jeff, and I said, what'd you like better, the trading, the business, or both? And he goes, I like both. Well, Jeff, man, I got something for you, man. I got Marianne here. You know, she's been absolutely crushing this business. I see her on every single call. She's on the fast track to success. I've only been in this business for maybe a week, but man, Marianne, she's been on every call. She knows everything that's going on with this business. So really, if you have any questions, she's going to be able to answer them. You know, I'm excited about this thing. I'm all in. You know, I'm sick and tired of not having time with my family, my friends. You know, I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to spend time with my family. So I really wanted to get someone in front of you that I know is crushing this business. And Marianne, she's definitely doing it. You know, she already booked her ticket to the next convention. You know, she's made the decision. And everyone I've talked to that's a mentor that's made lots of money in this deal, they always talk about if a person makes a decision, they're on their way to massive success. And Marianne's done that. So Marianne, this is Jeff. Jeff, this is Marianne. And then I'm still on the call, but I don't say a single thing. I let Jeff and Marianne talk, and I let Marianne close Jeff. And this is most likely what's going to happen. Marianne's probably going to share her story. She's going to talk about why she's all in with it. And then most likely she's going to talk to Jeff, and she's going to say, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how close are you to joining this business? And Jeff will say, I'm at a 6, I'm at a 7, I'm at a 5, or yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm all in. But if he says anything other than I'm all in, this is what Marianne normally is going to say. You say, all right, Jeff, if you're at a 6, that means you got a couple questions. You know, what can we do to help you get to a 10? You know, what kind of questions do you have that just help you get to a 10? Oh, you're at a 3? That's okay. I get it. But how can we get you from a 3 to 10? There's something holding you back. There's some type of thoughts that are holding you back. What are those? And that's it. Most people, they just need to know, is it real? Will you help them? And can they do it? That's it. Everybody you show this business to, guys, it comes down to those 3 things. Is it real? Can they do it? And will you help me? Yes, this is real. It's been around for 7 years. This thing has already done over $500 million in sales. We got over 1 million customers globally. We do events in the UK, the US, all over the world, every other month. Will we help you? The only way we get paid is if I help you get paid. See, the more money you make helps me make more money. So yes, we will help you. And then can they do it? Yes, all you got to do is just share the information. This is not selling, this is sharing. That's it. So on the 3-way, guys, whoever is 3-way in that call, that's your only responsibility, is to answer those 3 questions. And every guest normally just has those. And once they get those answered, they're all in. Number 7 is, as you go through these 3 ways, guys, the 7th commandment is learning how to close. It's closing your prospects and asking them to join. All right, so what's closing? Closing is very simple, guys. You know, it's not as complicated as people make it. I'm going to show you something that's really cool that normally works best for me. If I'm showing Ant and you know, I got him to see the information and I'm going to close him, this is what happens to most people. I'm not going to talk about what I do yet. I'm going to talk about what happens to most people. I sent Ant the link. I did everything. I got him to see the information, and I know he watched it now. But this is what most people do. They wait. They wait for Ant to hit me back. And you're waiting, and you're waiting, you're waiting. Guys, you have to ask your people to join. It's crazy, guys, but 99% of the time, the reason why people don't join your business is because you never ask them. I know it's awkward. It's very awkward, guys, to ask people to buy something. I get it. I understand. But guess what number 2 was? Guess what the number 2 commandment was in our commandments? Growing pains. So even though it might feel a little awkward to ask your friends to get started and to buy something, guess what? That's just a part of the growing pains. But so first step, if Ant watched the information, I'm calling him or I'm texting him or I'm FaceTiming him. I'm saying, all right, bro, that was awesome, wasn't it? You ready to get started? Are you ready to get started? That's the question right there. I'm asking him to join. You have to ask, guys. People can't join your business unless you ask, because they ain't going to hit you up. I promise you guys, if you show them the information, if you get them in front of the information, I promise you they are not hitting you up to join. They have to be asked at least. You have to text them. You have to do something. Now, some people, like I said, need those 3 questions answered, or they'll give you some type of an objection. And objections normally are money, time, but it usually comes down to if they can do it as well. So if someone says, I don't have the money to get started, one of the things that I normally use when people say they don't have the money to get started is I'll say something along the lines of, well, that's exactly why you need this. I'll say, I get it, man. I was in the same boat, but this is exactly why you need it. See, this is a vehicle that can help you never have that issue ever again. So I get, you don't have the money, but if you did have the money, would you get started then? See what I did there is I listened, I heard what they said, but I'm also going to use that now against them. So if Kabir says, man, I just want the money. All right, that's cool, man. I get it. Me too. When I first saw this information, I didn't have the money either. But you are saying, though, if you had the money, you would do it? Normally, then they'll tell you the real reason. They'll tell you why they can't join. They'll tell you, what they think or what they believe. And then they'll kind of lead into something that you can answer. And then once you get that answered, they'll join. But maybe it really is money. And if it is money, you can say this, well, you know what? That's exactly why you should really do this then. So how can we get the money? Can you borrow it? Can you put it on a credit card? Is there anything that you can do to get the money? Because guess what? If you make this decision today, you'll never have that issue ever again. And why do I know that? Because everybody that I'm surrounded by, the people that went out and done it, they've already told me that that's what they went through the same exact thing. And guess what? If they can do it, I can do it. And if I can do it, you can do it. So let's find the money. How can we do it? How can we find the money? I don't have the time. Hey, man, I felt the same way. Feel, felt, found. I can feel you, man. I felt the same way. But guess what I found out? This doesn't take a lot of time. This is about doing this part-time. This is about being consistent over time. And the income that comes from this will compound and it will make it so you never have to worry about time ever again. So always, when someone gives you an objection, guys, there's 3 things also that you always have to remember. Feel, felt, found. Whatever they say. I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I have the network. I've never done one of these things before. Man, I feel you. Man, I felt the same exact way when I first got started. But this is what I found out. So that's the closing portion of this. That's number 7. Number 8 is following up. Now this comes down to those seeds, right? So like I told you guys, when I first got started over the first year, I really didn't have any success, guys. No one joined my business, but I kept going. I kept being consistent. I kept growing. I kept doing it. And then I started following up. I started following up with people. People started following up with me and I started following up with people. But number 8, guys, is you have to have follow-up. So the list that you make, the first name, last name, phone numbers, when you show them, you need to have another box where they said yes, no, or reason. And you need to write their reason. And then in their first 7 days, you're going to follow up with them. Like if you answer all their objections, you do everything you're supposed to do, you put them on a 3-way, but they still just say no, or they say they can't do it right now, or whatever the reason is, guys, write that reason down. Like for instance, like let's say they didn't have the money, but you're like, okay, how can we get the money? In 7 days, you're going to follow up with them. And you're going to say, hey, man, I'm just wondering, did you get paid last week? I know you said you wanted to do this if you had the money. I was just wondering, do you have the money to get started now? Because again, if you made the decision to do this, I know that this could drastically change your financial situation. And you just start following up with your list. So you show your list, but then you follow up with the ones that say no. So that's following up. It's very, very simple. Really what it comes down to is just, going back there and anybody that you showed with, guys, is you're just reaching back out to them. Number 9, and this is something that Ant, Marianne, Rich, Nick, all the leaders that are really a part of our team, guys, they're really, really good at. And one thing that we've done here with I Transform is building the culture. You have to be a culture builder. Now that's in the Telegrams, that's in the WhatsApps, that's going to events, guys. Culture is a huge thing. We have to be supportive of each other. Everybody has their ups and downs. I have my ups and downs, guys. But what kept me going in this business was my surroundings, my environment. Understand that this is where you get recharged. Every single person on this call is like a cell phone. What happens to our cell phones throughout the day? They die, right? We go throughout the day, we go on our phone. By the end of the night, our phone's normally at like 10%. We don't plug that thing in, what happens? Dies, right? That's just like you in this business, guys. See, you have a life expectancy in this business. Most people, they're in and out in a month. Most people, if they don't plug into the Telegram chats, if they don't plug into the calls, they're here for 30 days because life happens. They didn't make the decision today. They didn't get on this live call today and get the 10 commandments of being successful. So they didn't make the decisions. They don't understand the growing pains. They're not detaching from the opinions of others. They're not making a list. They're not inviting their network to see the information. They're not putting people on 3-way calls. They're not knowing how to close their prospects, and they're not following up with the people that they showed. And they're not getting into the culture. See, guys, number 9 is so crucial because that is where you stay recharged. See, you can do all 1 through 8. You could literally do 1 through 8, guys, and not do number 9 and still be out of this business. Because at some point, you're going to hit 0. But I promise you, every single person on this call right now is back up to a level 100. Every single one of you guys on this call right now has your battery fully charged. Because guess what? You have it now. You're like, yo, I understand. This business is actually not that hard. Now I understand why people make it and people don't. See, people give up when they just don't know. When they get confused people do nothing. But when people know what they're supposed to do, they feel like they can actually do it. So culture is so important. Now, before I get to number 10, I hope that you guys 1 through 9 now feel like you got it. Because number 10, guys, is actually pretty simple. It's repeating 1 through 9. Number 10 is just repeating it over and over and over. Now, I'm not going to leave you with just something that simple, guys, because it's not that easy. Number 10, really, what it comes down to, though, is staying in phase 1. What's phase 1? It's staying the student. It's understanding that you're going to grow into the person that you need to become. It's inviting. It's making the list. It's doing the 3 ways. It's getting to the events. Phase 1 is doing the little things. A lot of people struggle with that. They get a team, they make some money, then they become a manager. They start kind of managing their people. They start reaching out to the leaders like, yo, how many people you put in today? Yo, did you show anybody today? Yo, did you get your list? Did you do this? Did you do that? Right? No, you got to still do it. See, people will do what you do, not what you say. If you're on social media and if someone goes onto your Instagram and looks at your story and sees that you're not doing the business at all, but they're on your team, guess what they're going to do? Nothing. Because people don't do what you say, they do what you do. You have to walk the walk. So staying in phase 1, guys, is number 10, but I also feel like that's the most crucial. I put the first one, decision, and I put number 10 as phase 1 because I feel like those 2 are the most important. Everything in the middle is the power of what really truly happens in this business. 1 is decision, 10 is phase 1, but the sandwich, the inside of it is the sauce. It's truly what gets you from where you are to where you want to be. To put it all together. Now, I said that I had a surprise for all you guys. We're about 90 days from our next convention. Some of you guys might already know this, but just today, we have officially now got on lock multiple yachts that we're going to put out there in Miami. Big decisions are made at big events. Our next event is in October. It's October 20, I believe it's 25th to the 27th, or it's 26th to 29th, something like that. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday at the end of October. But so what we're going to do is on Thursday before the event, so the 26th to the 29th, thank you, Rich, on the 25th, which I believe is a Thursday, we are going to have multiple yachts that are open to anybody that comes to the event. I'm not talking ranks. I'm not talking, you got to do this to be able to get on the boat. It's simple, guys. I want you guys to rub shoulders with the leaders. I want you guys to rub shoulders with the people that are doing it. I want you to be able to put on your story that you're next to me. I want you to be able to put on your story that you're next to Ant. I want you guys to see what life can be like with making the decision. I'm hoping by, in 90 days, though, I'm going to have to get more boats because every single one of you guys made a decision. And now you have your whole team that now is coming to Miami as well. I'm going to start with like 3 or 4 boats, but I'm really hoping that we got to get like 10. Because obviously, if I got to get 10, that means that we're going to have, 500 people at the event. And that's okay. I'm cool with that. But for right now, guys, we got enough boats to bring on like 50 to 75 people. So really what it takes is those 10 commandments. You're coming to the event, you buy your ticket, the way that you can get on this boat. So there is one stipulation. Obviously, you got to buy your event ticket. You got to make that decision that you're coming to the event. You got to buy that event ticket. You got to send it to me. This is going to be a first come, first serve. So understand that, like, obviously not everybody's going to be able to get on this boat, right? Because there's a limited amount of people that can get on the boat. So the first people that make the decisions that they're coming to the event. Now we're going to cover the liquor. We're going to cover the food. We're going to have food catered. We're going to have wristbands. We're going to have cups. We're going to have balloons. We're going to have everything on the boat as well. And then after that, we're going to go back to an Airbnb, have food catered. All we ask for is a $50 deposit to lock your name on that boat. So $50, that basically gives you all your food, all your drinks, and the boat for the day. We're going to go for 6 hours. There's going to be jet skis. We're going to have, the content. We're going to have it all filmed. We're going to, be able to really make some noise, guys. So that's going to happen Thursday before the event. Now, following that night, we're going to have a breakout session where we're going to really dive into some stories. We're going to talk about, mindset. We're going to talk about really building this business. What that day will do for you guys will truly change your life. Big decisions are made at big events. I Transform is going to make a statement on Thursday, October 25th. I want everybody to know that I Transform has taken over the world. Again, we're not doing 10Ks and above. We're not doing 25Ks and above. We're not doing 50Ks and above. I want the brand new person that has never had that experience on that boat with me, because I was that person at one point. See, I wanted this business to work, but in the first year, I never really had any success. But I was able to be around people that did have success. And that's what inspired me. That's what motivated me. That's what kept me going. There's a lot of people on this call right now. That's all they need. They just need that FaceTime. They just need that side to side. But you got to promise me over the next 90 days that you're going to follow the 10 commandments. Because by the time you get to the boat, if you ask me any questions about the 10 commandments or anything that I'm already taught or I'm already teaching, it's going to show to me that you didn't do anything over the 90 days. But if you can come up to me and show me that you put in the work, that you follow the 10 commandments, I don't care about the result. I don't care if you don't have a single person on your team. If I can tell that you worked, I'm going to give you time. I'm going to listen to your story. I'm going to help you. I'm going to mentor you. I'm going to be there for you. But I got to see it, I got to see that you're actually there. So you have several opportunities, guys. We post them in every single one of our Telegrams, WhatsApps, things like that, for all the different calls, all the different overviews. If anybody's confused on when those are, I'm going to put the one really Telegram that you really need to make sure that you're in, and it's the I Transform updates. So I'm going to put this in the chat real quick, guys, for every single one of you. I'm going to throw that in the chat. Make sure to be in that Telegram because we always post every single overview call that we do. And we always update when they're gonna happen. So if you're not in that Telegram, guys, make sure to enter that Telegram. Make sure to be in that Telegram, and do not mute it because you're gonna miss out on calls then. But I hope that you guys leave this call recharged. I hope that you guys feel like you have everything that you need in order to be successful. If you feel recharged, I want to hear some noise on the count of 3. I want everybody to unmute their mic. I want everybody to make some noise because what you put out into the world will come back to you. So I want you to celebrate as if you are now making over $100,000 a month in this business.
Let's go, baby.
Just found out that you now are at the point where you can go get 10.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
Let's go.
I love you guys. I'm super proud of every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for spending over an hour on this call tonight, guys. I'm proud of you. Thank you for making the decision. We have the best team, the best culture, the best company that anybody could ever ask for. Let's go. I know tomorrow we got John doing a presentation. On Thursday, Ant and Z are going to be doing a trading session. So that's a great opportunity to bring people to those calls. Work on those 10 commandments, guys. I hope that you guys, wrote them down. I'm going to throw the 10 commandments in the Telegram. So for those of you guys that maybe didn't catch it, you'll be able to, save those. But guys, thank you so much. Let's go out there. Let's crush it. Actually, you know what? I forgot to even say this. It's crazy. I forgot. Everyone's wondering, how do you make $2,000? Well, one thing. So if you follow those 10 commandments, it's one sale. It's one sale a week, guys, a month. If you can sell one $2,000 package on Akashics, which I want you guys to understand something, a year package is $2,000 on Akashics. So someone that when they get started, they get access to everything. They get the live sessions, they get the academies. So yeah, that's great. But when you're talking to people, you want to tell them why they need to give a year, why they need to give 12 months, because 12 months when they get started, guys, means that they made a decision to really learn that skill set. So when you're sharing this with people, when you're talking about the opportunity, when you're talking about trading, guys, the $2,000 package is so much value. It's insane. There are companies in this space that charge that for the first month, and then they charge a maintenance fee after that. So understand that that is just the value that you get with the $2,000 package is insane. And it also just gives them, the entire year, guys, to really learn that skill set. So all it takes, I'm telling you, if you make the list of 200 names and you go to try to show those 200 people, all it takes is one sale, one a week on the $2,000 package. If you sell one of those a week, guys, that is 4 a month, and that's over $2,000 then you'll make every single month. And then just get those people onto the calls, get those people into the community. And I promise you, those 4 people that you get a month will grow into 10. Then it'll grow into 20. Then it'll grow into 100 because they'll be around the culture. They'll understand the commandments. They'll understand the business. So then it'll continue for you guys. See, in our business, we get paid every single month, like clockwork. So my goal is to help every single one of you guys make $2,000. I'm sorry that I almost hopped off the call by telling you guys how to do that. But all it is every $2,000 pack, guys, pays $480 up front. And then obviously once you get 4, you hit other ranks and things like that. And the comp plan, we're not going to get into that, but you'll make over $2,000, guys, by just making one sale a week. And here's the reality. Some of you might not want to hear this. At first, you might as well treat this like a job. You might as well every single Monday through Friday, wake up at 9 a.m. and start hitting your phone. Start sharing this with people. Start showing this to people. Treat this like a job. See, people sometimes they treat this like a hobby and they wonder why it pays like a hobby. Normally, hobbies cost money. And that's why most people don't make money. If you treat this like a job, at least you're going to get a paycheck. This job that you treat it like a job eventually will equal freedom, because with residual income, with leverage, with the team, with the culture, with the systems and everything, eventually, guys, you'll have enough people to where it doesn't matter whether you sign up one person a week or not. But right away, that needs to be your goal. Let's have some fun with this, actually. In the chat, guys, here's what we're going to do. I just came up with this right now. So there's another Telegram where you can talk in it. It's the I Transform Worldwide. we're gonna have some fun with the how many people we still got on the call. I know I kind of almost ended it. 39 people on this call right now. I'm gonna throw this last Telegram in here. It's the I Transform Worldwide. I'll put this in the chat real quick. All right. We're gonna have a little fun type of, competitive spirit here. Here's what we're gonna do. Whenever you sell a $2,000 package, I want you to type in that chat. What should we type? Anybody got an idea? What's something? I don't want to say got one. I want to say something that's still, people don't feel like they got. So let's say freedom. Every time you sell a $2,000 package, I want you just to type freedom in the chat. Freedom. Because guess what? Every $2,000 pack that you just sold, you not only got them freedom, but you're getting closer to your freedom. Every $2,000 pack that you sell, guess what you just did for that person? You just gave them a full year where they're going to have access to the information to learn a new skill set. They're going to be able to hook up to the bot. They're going to be able to have their money working for them for the entire year. But then guess what happened just for you is you just brought some freedom into your life. You're that much closer to being able to walk away from maybe your job, from being able to spend more time with your family. So every single time you sell a $2,000 package, guys, just throw freedom in the chat, because all of us will know what that means. Every single person on this call will get rejuvenated. Remember when I talked about culture? We got to create that type of culture, guys. See, I would love to see 20 freedoms a day in the chat, and eventually 50, and then eventually 100, and eventually 500 freedoms a day. Because guess what we're doing? We're impacting the world. We're helping people get closer to their freedom. And that means that the person that typed it, they got that much closer to their freedom. So every single time, guys, you sell a $2,000 package, type freedom in the chat, on the Telegram, WhatsApp, wherever you can type, where everyone is, just type freedom. Let's have a goal, guys. That really should be your goal, at least once a week, to be able to type freedom in that chat. At least once a week. It's the most value. It'll help you make $2,000 extra a month. And it just really sets the person up for success. So guys, thank you so much for hopping on tonight. I'm going to kick it off there. I'll see a lot of you guys in Miami, and I appreciate you guys. You have a great night, and peace out.